This is going to be a big year for VR because we are shipping 2 new products. Oculus Rift S, which improves on the original Rift, a higher resolution display, better optics, inside-out tracking. And of course, we're launching Oculus Quest, the all-in-one headset that we've all been waiting for with no cables and full freedom of movement.
I'm the first in line here for trying the Oculus Rift S in some minutes. So you will see my first impressions of the Oculus Rift S very, very soon. You know, this is German style. Huh? Get up early and be the first in line. The Oculus Rift S has full room tracking, so you can not only turn and tilt your head, but you can move completely in space. So you have so-called 6 degrees of freedom.
Can you tell me, Thomas, what was the Rift S like for you? Tell me a little bit about your experience with it.
So I have the old Rift at home, and to compare it, I had it on my head, and the field of view was smaller than the Rift. So that was the first thing that I noted. I didn't like that, but everything else was really impressive. So the comfort is like perfect. I've never had another headset that fits so good on my head. And the screen door effect was also impressive. So you see the pixels, but it didn't bother me. It was like fun. I played Asgard's Wrath. And what I also noticed is when I had the main menu that was like a dark scene, the LC display, so the gray stuff, it was not black. But then I tried the tracking, so the Rift S has 5 cameras, 2 in the front, 2 at the sides and 1 at the top. And that was like perfect, like the lighthouse tracking, I would say. There was absolutely no problem with the tracking, and that was very impressive for me. So.
And this is amazing. If I didn't know this was a Quest, I would have thought this was the Oculus Rift running a demo. Okay, we've got a really cool gun here. Shoot all the cubes. The controllers have got some haptic feedback. I can feel the controllers vibrating when I shoot. Okay, tracking feels really good. Can I grab another gun? I've got enough to buy 2 guns. So I need 2,000 points to grab the big gun. I can already see this is going to be amazing. You know when you get that feeling, when you try something for the first time and it blows you away? And I can spin around now without worrying about my cable getting tangled up.
Yeah, so it's new HP headset. You know that, right? So it's Windows-based reality. Yeah, once you get on the entire you demo and you see the
about 5 years ago.
Where are the index specs? Okay, let me just quickly have a look then, see if I can see the index specs. If I can, I will share them with you. Okay, right, yes, here we go. So this is the Valve Index headset. Wow. So let's have a look at this together, because this is the first time I'm seeing this as well. So this is super, super interesting. So we've got some nice pictures of the headset here that we've never seen before. This is like amazing expert trolling from Valve. To do this on the day of F8 is pretty next level. So let's quickly look at this. Some nice side profile shots of the headset. We've pushed the visual, audio, and ergonomic technologies to create best-in-class VR experience. High fidelity visuals. Nice. We've got the resolution here. So it's a 1440 by 1600 RGB LCD panels, providing 50% more subpixels than OLED. So it's the same resolution panel that is actually going to be in the Oculus Quest, but is using an LCD just like the Rift S, rather than an OLED panel. But this is mega interesting. This is the first time I've seen this, but the Valve Index headset runs at 120 Hz with backward compatibility to 90 Hz, as well as 144 Hz experimental mode. Mind blown. 120 Hz. I wonder what that even looks like.
First thing I noticed when I put on the headset was that user interfaces and text are really sharp. It's like the Pimax, except the Pimax has distortions at the edges, but the Index does not have this at all. The screen door effect has improved a lot. It's still there, but hard to find. I did notice more glare right away in high contrast scenery, and it seemed harder for me to find the sweet spot. Could this be because everything looks so sharp in the sweet spot that even a slight movement makes me see a little blur?
Oh. Okay, so I must have been in a fighter jet last time I played this, so very cool here. I tell you what, the cockpit looks so much more detailed with the high resolution of the 5K plus screens, guys. Oh my god, man, let me tell you what, this is insane. I have been playing this game and others like it in VR for the better part of 4 or 5 years, and you know, for my very first time, just boom, I mean, you're seeing it right here, right now, dropping into a flight simulator in the Pimax 5K plus. It's a breathtaking experience. I mean, literally. I was not prepared.
Match 1, Match 2, and Match 3 has been finished, and this is the last map of the VR Championship final assault today. So, Remy represent Australia versus the Reality Check VR represent USA.
Yes, exactly. And I've actually seen videos of Remy playing this game, you know, in the Asia Pacific.
Okay, let's welcome the first player represent represent Australia. Remy is here. We can see the qualified record is in the first of the pack.
Yeah, first of APAC game, he was really impressive, you know.
Yup.
And despite his own, you know, green here, which is very impressive too, you know, he was not only impressive from the outlook.
Alright,
also,
and then first represent USA, we got Reality Check VR here. Wow.
And this is the champion in the
Do you
North
think
America.
that's just look like Thor?
Oh yes, he definitely looks like some celebrity.
Yeah, just there will be a light and a storm coming.
Yeah, two handsome guys fighting each other.
Remy right now. The crocodile is coming. Whoa, that crocodile, look at the damage! The anti-tank has been destroyed, and the other gyps here want to destroy that crocodile, but the crocodile just burning. No.
I mean, it did its job. It did its job because, you know, it destroyed a fresh new anti-tank from Reality Check there.
Yep.
Looks like Remy's attack into the home base has really been successful.
And it's time. Time for the another. Wait for the money. Wait for the other crocodiles here, the flame tank.
Yeah, Reality Check is really trying his best to defend.
Yep, and the Remy just gotta win. Don't need to create that one more crocodile. So congratulations, Remy.
Congratulations for Remy from Australia.
Yes, and Remy play very stable.
Yes, just like he was, just like his performance in the you know, preliminary APAC game. I think.
When I was 7 years old, I watched a movie that forever changed the way I saw the world. The very first computer-animated feature film, Toy Story. It had just come to theaters, and I remember my parents were cool enough to make sure that I got to go and see it. Even then, I remember thinking how real the movie felt to me. Something was special about this, even though I knew it was not real and animated. I remember how obsessed I became with trying to find out how the movie was made. Not long after, I saw a program on TV that showed behind-the-scenes footage of how they had used a virtual camera within the animation software to frame and record the scenes for the movie. Much like many other software applications of today, I remember thinking to myself how cool it would be if I could actually be the camera within the program. I would be able to walk around and see the movie from any perspective that I wanted. I could even stand next to my favorite characters. At the time, this concept was very difficult to express, but still I recall I couldn't get it out of my head. I never forgot about this possibility from that day forward. In order to achieve this presence, in order to have these amazing experiences, one would have to have some way to have access to these digital worlds. Something like a doorway, a portal, or even a virtual reality headset. I got to win the North American preliminary for the World Cyber Games. And because of that, I was fortunate enough to be chosen one of 2 people to go to Xi'an, China to compete in the World Championship virtual reality. It was the very first one. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Now, coming to this place, it was like the Olympics of esports. People were coming from all around the world playing a variety of different games and platforms. I was very nervous when I first walked out, actually, and luckily, we didn't take long before we put the headsets on. And when you're playing in VR, you don't see any of the people around you. You're just in the game, which is awesome, unlike this right here. And when we're playing the game, well, we played Final Assault. Final Assault is a real-time strategy game that is really, really fun. You have to use more mental ability than you do physical. Even so, it works perfectly in VR. You control the troops and the airplanes with your hands, while you have to keep track and be prepared for what your teammates are doing, or the opponents. Luckily, I was able to win a few matches, but unfortunately, I didn't come out with the championship. I tied for 5th. Even so, on that last day, the event organizers saw that I had some free time. They realized that I didn't win, and they said, hey, man, we know you like to talk. Would you like to come do the voice casting for the championship title? So now I can say I've been a professional VR esports athlete, as well as a professional esports caster, which is a pretty cool thing for me, considering that I used to spend a lot of time at home watching these events and live streams. It was very cool to have a chance to participate in an event as prestigious as this. Big props to Bradley Lynch, the winner of the actual VR championship. The other American that went with me is the guy that came home with the gold.
And joining us now is the World Cup champion in virtual reality, Bradley Lynch. Again, what was your name, your YouTube name?
Sadly, it's Bradley.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I know you could be doing some other really cool stuff.
I'm glad to be here on News 6.
Yeah, all right. So look at the bling bling. How heavy is it?
It's actually very heavy, surprisingly.
You're like, do I have to wear it? My neck hurts.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. All right, so tell us a little bit of just kind of virtual reality for somebody who just doesn't understand it. I mean, you really get immersed in this world.
Yeah. So virtual reality takes gaming to a step further. Back when we started, it was only a 2D plane, kind of everything was flat.
Like Mario, like Super Mario?
Yeah, like Super Mario and all those games. Then it started expanded to 3D, where there's a lot more modeling. But now we are in the part of gaming and software in general, where we are putting on headsets and putting ourselves into a world and not looking at a screen. So you look around, you spin around.
Yeah.
You are actually in that world in the 3D environment. So that adds immersion to a step further.
Yeah.
All right, Steve. I know you want to protect me. This is something I need to do by myself, all right? No, Steve, can you come back, Steve? I don't want to do this by myself. No, I really don't want to do this. Ow! You bastard! Hey Ursula, I have found the ultimate weapon. Catch! Let them come at me now. Alright, Ursula. Prepare for battle. But don't worry, I brought Billy. Go get him, Billy!
Come at me, bro.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Everyone's like, oh my
It's like the press corps. It's like, yeah, I know. It's like everybody's filming. Everybody's filming everybody.
Mainly I expect having the Rift S, and overall, I think I'm more impressed with it than I anticipated.
Thank you. Because honestly, that's how David told me he gets to and from here. You guys come. Yeah, his trip was nuts. Yeah.
Getting started with the Oculus Link is very, very simple. Simply make sure to download the Oculus software onto your PC, as well as make sure both your Oculus PC software is updated along with your Oculus Quest. At the time of filming, if you want to know what software you do have, the most current update for the Oculus Quest is update 11.0, so make sure you have that. And for the PC version side, the most recent update is 1.43 to 1.44, depending on where you're at right now, but you'll need those minimum to install the Oculus Link Beta. Once you know you have the most current software versions on both the PC app as well as your Oculus Quest headset, the install is very, very simple. Simply open up the PC app, turn on your Oculus Quest, take your whatever USB-C cable you will be using, make sure it's a 3.0 cable, plug it into your computer first, then into your Oculus Quest headset, and from there, follow the prompt inside your Oculus Quest headset to give permissions. From there, follow the prompts on screen and you're ready to go. As for what's supported, that was a little bit of a surprise. Not every single graphics card will be supported on the Oculus Link Beta as of right now. As of right now, all AMD cards are not supported, as well as some NVIDIA GeForce cards not being supported as well. NVIDIA cards not supported right now are the NVIDIA Titan Z, the 970 series, as well as the 1060 series for mobile versions, so the 1060M, while the 1060 desktop version is supported. Now, just because they aren't supported right now does not mean they may not be supported in the future. We'll have to wait and see. But for those who cannot use it right now, wait and be patient. I know it's bad news. It's not fun. I don't have any way to sugarcoat that, but hopefully Facebook and Oculus just does their best to get that updated quickly. That way you all can use that and have fun with the Link. Now, we all know Oculus is going to be coming out with their own 5-meter USB-C 3 cable. That will not be coming to the end of the year, and that will be launching at $80 US. Now, while we are waiting on that, there are a lot of USB 3C cables out there, and they are not all made equally. Now, I cannot give any specific recommendations. I am still testing. I do have one from a sub of this channel, and I'm looking forward to testing that soon and let you guys know how that goes. But Facebook and Oculus did advise the Powerline Anchor version. All links to that will be in the description. As of right now, I have not tested that. I will have the cable tomorrow, but with that being the official recommendation per Facebook and Oculus, as of right now, if you're asking me for a recommendation of which Link cable you should use, that is going to be the one. Links for all that will be in the description. They are not affiliate links. I am not supported by them at all. I'm just providing that information for y'all. And lastly, when it comes to the Oculus Link, my impressions of it, and I'm gonna say this, I'm probably gonna get a little bit of flack on this one. The current state of the Oculus Link, on how it's working and how it's running, acting like your Oculus Quest is a Rift S, it is running better than the HTC Cosmos did for me when I started. It is surprisingly better than I thought it would be. Visually, I had barely any noticeable latency, no problems, very few stuttering. In fact, sometimes I questioned if it was running at the lower hertz. It almost felt like 90 at sometimes. It's borderline the exact same experience as the Oculus Rift S. Now, I will say, the Oculus Rift S and the Oculus Link are not a one-to-one comparison. There are differences with the Oculus Rift S where it's a little better in some categories. But when it comes to playing with the Oculus Link, it was borderline flawless from my experience.
And you're pretty much good to go. You're gonna get in a tutorial that is gonna teach you how to set up everything, how to set up your home environment and scan your home environment, and then in a tutorial to use your controllers and get in your first experience at Origin. And it's about Origin that is the second point that I would like to talk about, like something that I actually liked, and that's the new software from HTC. The environment you're gonna be into, where you're gonna be able to interact and start different games and just go around, browse and enjoy this little home that you have with that little pod with the Vive logo shape. It's very nice, it's very curated, and there are a lot of different details and Easter eggs that are really appreciated. Like you can grab an old HTC Vive Pro and see the stereoscopical view with that, compared with the one from the Cosmos that you can grab and put in your face and see all your environment around, to see where they're coming from to where they arrive. Also, there are some mini games like the little car to go around that I will like do it for 3 hours, to be honest, was just very fun to do. And what you can do in there is actually open with the Vive logo button the lens, that is the new environment where you can interact with things and interact with your VIVEPORT library that is gonna be all there. And the nice thing about this headset is the fact, and is the point number 3, that you have 1 year of VIVEPORT Infinity included. So that means that you have pretty much 2000 games that you can play without any problem directly day one that you buy this headset. You can get to VIVEPORT Infinity anyway with every headset, but I don't think you're gonna be able to get to the lens, this Origin home environment. I'm gonna check it out for sure. In a future video, I'm gonna let you know. Then another thing that I noticed while I was there is actually the audio. I didn't feel they improved the headphones when I tried it there as the HTC headquarters. Instead, these are very nice. The bass are very crisp, very strong, much better than the Lux Audio Strap, even if they're very similar as they look to the Lux Audio Strap. But they're actually a little more comfortable as well for the little padding on top. So nice addition, because the audio got better for sure. And then, of course, we have to talk about it is the screen. This is 2880 by 1700 in resolution, LCD display, but the difference with this, with all the other LCD display, is the fact that the colors are very crisp. You actually have 3 different profiles. Also, you can choose a vivid profile that makes the colors even more saturated. So when you compare these with other LCD display, actually stand out as a very good LCD display, and the blacks are very black compared to the other.
Green. Draw a nice little tree. And we'll do a little sun in the corner here. There's supposed to be clouds. Didn't really work out all that well, but let's switch brushes to the thinner brush. Let's make some water. And let's just choose the kind of purpley one, sign it with my name. Let's go ahead and print that. Keep this one for me.
Okay. So it's been... Oh my god, it's been so long.
You're a beautiful person with a charming
There's so much going on. This is gonna be really, really disjointed. We have to make another video.
You're a beautiful
for the,
person
you know,
with a charming
Counter-Strike. I put out a 1-minute video because they legitimately just made a
You're
Twitter
a beautiful
post.
person with a charming personality.
Thank you. Okay. It's real. Half-Life VR.
You're a beautiful person with a charming
It's
personality.
real.
I'm here. So what's the plan?
If we can get this weapon, what we're doing here could change things forever.
There's no straight shot to the vault. I'm gonna head inside, find a way out. Got it.
I'm with you every step of the way.
You're gonna need a gun! Don't worry, it's unloaded. It's unloaded now! Combine chatter's really picking up. They know you're coming. You need to get out of here, now. Oh god.
They've got Dad.
They're gonna find out what he knows, and then they're gonna kill him.
All this is my fault. I never told you. I couldn't. I'm so sorry, baby.
You will not save him. Alex Vance alone cannot prevent his fate.
Close your eyes, honey.